Hello everyone, my name is Matthew, and this is Learn the Lingo. Welcome to Lesson 32 of Hebrew Basics, a series where we learn the essentials of Hebrew grammar. Let's begin today by seeing how the future tense looks and sounds with roots whose third letter is ayin or chet, using the verb lishmoa, to hear, whose third root letter is ayin. We've seen before that when the third letter of a root is a hey, instead of the vowel between the second and third root letters being a cholam, it will usually be a sagol, as in nir'eh, we will see, which has a sagol between the second root letter aleph and third root letter hey, instead of the usual cholam. When the third root letter is ayin or chet, this vowel will not be a cholam or sagol, but a patach. So I will hear from the root shin mem ayin is eshma, with the prefix and with the last vowel as a patach. With the prefix t, we have tishma. You will hear masculine singular, or she will hear. With a yi prefix, we get yishma. He will hear, and with ni, nishma. We will hear. Shortening the patach in tishma to a shva and adding e, we get tishma'i. You will hear feminine singular. And adding u, we get tishma'u. You will hear masculine plural. Replacing that t prefix with yi, we make yishma'u. They will hear in masculine form. Finally, adding na to tishma, we get tishmana. You will hear feminine plural, or they will hear in feminine form. Let's say we will hear you. We will hear is nishma, with the ni prefix. Let's say the you is masculine singular. Since you is the definite direct object of the verb nishma, in Hebrew, it will be the preposition et with the masculine singular you suffix cha. When the cha suffix is added to et's vowel changes to o. So you in this sentence is otcha. Nishma otcha. We will hear you. Nishma otcha. When the third letter of a root is aleph, the forms are very similar, as the last vowel will now be a kamatz, which makes an ah sound just like the patach. With the verb likro, to read, from the root kuf resh aleph, we can make ekra, I will read, tikra, you will read masculine singular, or she will read, yikra, he will read, and nikra, we will read. The future tense forms with added endings are tikra'i, you will read feminine singular, tikra'u, you will read masculine plural, and yikra'u. They will read in masculine form. With roots ending with aleph, when we add the ending na to the ata and he form, tikra in this case, the kamatz changes into a sagol to make tikrena. You will read feminine plural, or they will read in feminine form. Let's say I want you to read this. In Hebrew, sentences like this, expressing want, will have the structure, I want that you will read this. Let's say that the I in this sentence is feminine, and the you is masculine plural. So I is ani, want is the feminine singular form of the present tense, rotza, that is she, and you will read in masculine plural form will be tikra'u, with the t prefix and u ending. This is et ze. Ani rotza shetikra'u et ze. I want that you will read this. That is, I want you to read this. Ani rotza shetikra'u et ze. Last time, we saw that most future tense verbs from roots whose first letter is aleph have a sagol and a sagol shva as their first two vowels. But a few, often important roots that begin with aleph have another, more irregular form, which we will see today. One of the most common of these roots is aleph mim resh, which has a meaning of saying. This root, by the way, has two different infinitives which are both irregular. In Biblical Hebrew, the infinitive to say is lemor, and in modern Hebrew, it is lomar, which has removed the first letter of the root Aleph. As for the future tense of this root and certain other roots starting with Aleph, let's begin by saying how to make the ata and he form. This is made with the tav prefix, but the vowel on the tav here is a cholam instead of the usual hirik. Next comes the first root letter Aleph, which has no vowel and does not affect the pronunciation of the word. Then the second root letter Mem, onto which we add a patach instead of the usual cholam. We end with the third root letter Resh. Tomar. You will say masculine singular, or she will say. With a yod prefix, we make yomar, he will say, and with nun, we have nomar, we will say. Adding na to tomar, we make tomarna, which means you will say feminine plural, or they will say in feminine form. To make the other forms, we take tomar or yomar, and shorten the vowel on the second root letter, the patach in this case, to a shva. Then we add e to tomar to make tomri, you will say feminine singular, or u to make tomru, you will say masculine plural. Adding u to yomar with the shortened vowel makes yomru, they will say in masculine form. Lastly, the ani, I form, adds an aleph with cholam as a prefix. With these kinds of roots that begin with aleph, the aleph of the root and the aleph prefix merge together into just one aleph. So I will say is omar, spelled with just one aleph. And that's all for today. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and share. And if you want to learn more Hebrew, please consider subscribing to my channel and checking out some of my other videos. And I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.